And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mhm.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel,
Dees.
Apple TV.
Yes.
Apple TV.
Not sponsored.
It's not, please. It's not sponsored. Yeah, okay. Apple TV is a weird thing.
Mhm.
I think we should go into. Everyone's familiar with streaming services at this point. I don't think there's a person out there who doesn't kind of know about streaming services.
Yeah.
You understand the gist, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we're just going to move on from there.
Okay.
Apple TV does a weird thing where most streaming services will allow you to have like multiple accounts on the same
hmm
platform. So like one person gets a Netflix and then so like what we do with our other streaming clients. So like we have like Hulu. So I like get Hulu and then give you an account on Hulu, and you get Amazon and give me an account on Amazon.
Right.
That's how it works. So
Yeah.
that's how we do things.
Yes.
Apple TV is a thing where you get it
Uh-huh.
and you cannot create a second account on it unless you have an Apple device.
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Because I was Googling it on how to set up a second account for you.
On a fucking Android phone, mind you.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, here's the steps to do family sharing. And I was like, perfect. And then it's like, you have to do this on your Apple device. Why?
Why is Apple like that?
I don't know.
Why can't you just be a fucking normal company?
I don't know. It makes no sense.
We're gonna go on a side tangent here for a little bit. I'm
Okay.
sick of you fucking Apple dweebs out there acting like you guys invented the fucking cell phone. Okay, let me just explain something.
Mhm.
Android is 5 years ahead of you at all times. It is frustrating to me to hear you people talk like they're like, oh, every time I see green in my fucking chat, I know they're a poor person. I'm like, no, we're just not a fucking moron who's going to pay $2,000 for a phone from 5 years ago.
Mhm.
They're flexing this AI thing now on their new phones. They're like, hey, we got AI on our phones. I'm like, fucking Pixels had that forever. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Pixels have had AI on onboard chips forever. You people are flexing. They were like, we have the best screens in the business. I'm like, you're using a last generation Samsung screen in your phone. You're by definition a year behind.
Mhm.
How could it be better? Do you think they downgraded their screens for their new phones and then sold you the old part, the better one?
Right.
Apple people are drunk. They're drunk on apple cider. It's fucking crazy. They had a commercial out there like moving pictures. I'm like, they're called GIFs. They've been out forever. Oh,
I
GIF,
don't
GIF,
know.
whatever.
I've never been an Apple person. I think what really sealed it for me was when I was young and I realized that you couldn't really play video games on Apple computers.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't want that.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
That has been decided for me now.
It's fucking crazy. And you know what the worst part is? This is the worst part, is that because the ecosystem that they were in used to be so small back in the day, they had this like this reputation for being non-hacked. Like there weren't a whole lot of viruses that were on Apple devices.
Yeah.
It's because nobody had one. Nobody's bothering writing a fucking script to fuck up a phone that's going to affect 3,000 people in the world, right? But now, loads of people have Apple, and guess what? You're right in the front of the line, just like everyone else was for a long time. You're not secure because of your Apple-ness anymore.
Right.
They know that people have. You know what the thing is? You're more likely to get a fucking virus on Apple now, or a fucking worm or something like that. You're more likely to get scammed
Uh-huh.
on Apple because people who buy Apple don't know their tech. That's why
Oh.
they use Apple, because I don't want to get into like a developer tools thing here, but
Okay.
every Android phone throughout history has had the ability to turn on their developer options in their settings, right?
Mhm.
Apple phone people tell me, can you do that? You can't. They lock you out. And you want to know why? Because they don't trust you. And for good reason. You're buying a 3-year-old phone acting like you're the dopest shit. They kill your battery speed. Apple's a weird fucking company. They were told in the UK that they had to adapt to USB-C. They had to, because the people were like, why the fuck are we using these Lightning and Fire ports or the IEEE 1394 bullshit? And it was like, they're like, you have to be on like a consistent ground with everyone else, right? You just have to. And they said okay, and then they made these weird fucking they're like Lightning port adapters to USB-C that only work with iPhone, and it was just like, you guys suck so bad. You guys are the suckiest. They used to put out their OS, I think it was OS X Tiger or whatever. And they like released this OS, and they'd have functions that were totally functional in the OS code, and they'd turn it off so that in 6 months they could release a feature. I was like, you guys are scummy.
Wow.
It's just scummy behavior. But whatever, you guys are all Apple people, so whatever. If you like Apple, sure. Enjoy your Fisher Price phone. You know, the cow goes moo, and in 6 months maybe they'll release the fucking, you know, the next animal, the chicken noises.
The chicken.
You'll get chicken noises next month. Anyway, so grow up, get an Android phone. Don't be a fucking don't be a fucking baby child out there fucking clacking on your fucking Dayglow fucking 6-year-old tech phone. All right. Anyway, so past that, they expect that people need to have one of their devices because the world is full of fucking sheep puppets, and they all buy the same things because culture is a amalgam of dipshits cluttered together like hunks of meat in the night. And anyway, so you have to have one of these devices in order to set up a family plan, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Don't cut any of the shit I said, by the way. I want them all to hear. I want them all to hear that, and to look in the mirror and just, you know what, FaceTime yourself and look in the fucking video calling like we haven't had that. Fucking dipshits.
I don't understand. If I'm allowed to watch Apple streaming and have like an Apple TV account on my Windows computer, why do I have to specifically have an Apple device for a setting in the streaming service?
Because they're the Borg. You know that? They're the Borg. They need you to put the fucking plug into your brain so that you can fucking be part of the mass. I'm not buying your stupid phone or one of your shitty iPads that doesn't have angular detection on your stylus. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I don't care how fucking future white you can make all of your shit. It's, you know what I'm talking about? That like fucking weird pearlescent fucking plastic glass that they put on everything. It's gross. Yeah. What about rose gold? Fuck off. And your watch is stupid. People want a round one. They don't want a square watch. Don't be fucking dumb. All watches throughout history have been around. You know. Yeah. Sorry. Now we're just yelling at Apple. I will say, for as much as I dislike this company and all of their shit, they have a good mentality when it comes to picking things for Apple TV Plus. Yeah. They have a good brain. They don't flood it with 1 million pounds of garbage. Yes. So they can say, oh, we have 10,000 really, new shows. Yeah. 100,000 episodes a week. Right. But it's all cake. Yeah. Cake Boss and fucking My Sister's 900-pound twins or something like that. Right. It's like,
it says 8,000 shows, but half of them are like 90 Day Fiance, or here's a bunch of rednecks on a mountain.
Belgian gold hunt. It's like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, it's all stupid. Is it Gold Cake? Yeah.
Ooh.
It's all dumb. The Loch Ness Monster Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking Ghost Hunters, Argentina. Ridiculous.
Mhm.
So Apple is better, which is weird to say anything kind about Apple because they're always such shitty fucking people. But they did this well, and it's hard to say, but it's true. The shows are few, and they're all like crafted to be on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like they've curated it well, and I'm so certain in my bones they're gonna fuck that up. You know what I mean? I was so certain that when we got on there, it was gonna be like fucking Kardashians in space or some shit. But it's actually really good. And I will say, we just finished watching Severance.
Yes.
Top notch. Excellent show.
Yes.
A pluses across the board, 5 stars, 10 stars, however many stars or thumbs up you like.
Yeah.
Excellent show. I was very, very tense in the last episode of it.
Yeah.
It kept cutting between characters, and I remember thinking like, why do they keep doing this? And I was like, look how excited I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's why.
Like every cut, you're upset that they cut, but then at the same time, you want to see what's happening in this new scene that they've cut to.
Yeah, and it keeps you on the edge where you're not getting enough information. I will say that belt should have been cut. That belt was being cut for like 20 minutes. If you can't cut a belt in 20 minutes, get a sharper knife.
High quality belt, low quality knife.
Yeah. Excellent show. I can't wait for season 2. It's supposed to be coming out January 17th, so we caught it at a good time where there's a moderate amount of time before the new season. So excellent.
Yes.
Another thing would be just recommend any shows that are on Apple TV Plus that you think are good. Like put them in the comments. I would very much like recommendations. So far we've checked out Silo, the first episode of Silo. We watched the first season of Ted Lasso, which was excellent.
Yes.
I do not like Ted Lasso.
It was really good. I was concerned I wouldn't enjoy it because as Dees has learned, I'm not very knowledgeable in sports.
Yeah, you don't know shit about sports. I asked her how many people were on a basketball team the other day. She said 7.
I meant 7 on each team, not the whole court.
7 on each team?
Yeah.
That's wrong too.
What?
I asked her I said, how many points do you get for a touchdown? Thinking it was like a trick question because people don't often count the extra point. Like, the extra point isn't technically the touchdown. And I was thinking that she was going to say 7, and I was going to be like, haha, it's actually 6. But she actually said 8.
8.
Which is wrong a whole different way. You know? She just doesn't know sports.
I felt like it was a good number.
Yeah. A good round 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that was wrong too. How many players are on a football team, Rachel? No, on each side. We'll say offense and defense.
Okay. So on one team, so half the total players on the field.
Just on the field. On the field.
Total on the field?
No, just
just one team. What?
But there's more players on a team than are on the field, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so just one side. How many players are on offense, Rachel? Jesus Christ, this is hard.
12.
No. It's like, what are we calculating for inflation? What are you doing? You're gonna get a flag on every play.
9.
No, God. You never picked up any of this. Just for being around it. You were from Texas?
Yeah.
You don't know how many players are on a football team.
I do not. 10.
No.
7?
Oh my God.
I don't know which direction.
I
don't know which direction to go.
Berated you about 7.
I don't know which direction.
It's 11. There's 11 players on either side.
Oh, so close.
Wow.
So close.
How many?
Oh no.
You know what? This is a trick question. I just want to do one more.
Okay.
Okay, let me think.
All right.
Oh, okay. That's a good. How many innings are in a baseball game?
7?
Just keep saying 7, Rachel.
Isn't it 6?
No, it's
6.
You never heard the term bottom of the ninth? Yeah. So both of those are wrong. All right, guys, this has been fun. Rachel, you want to get to the episode? By the way, okay, yeah, Apple's a piece of shit company. They do a bunch of piece of shit stuff. Their phones are years old garbage, and your battery will be dead in 2 years, so get a new one. The Apple TV service is great so far, other than that one little picadillo they have, and Rachel doesn't know sports for shit. Ready to get to the episode?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we got some learning to do for you.
This is Return to Ravenloft, Season 3, Episode 22, The Devil You Know.
Sounds great. That sounds like we're talking about Apple.
Victor could teleport there if you had Victor.
Right. Well, we couldn't take the ship to a teleport, so.
Where would
But
we
that's
need
kinda
to
what-
go to do research?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, is that if we're talking about researching where the 3 went, then we need to figure out what their mission was. Right?
Rain looks a little surprised at that. You mean you don't know what their mission was?
They were pretty cagey about that.
You never
Okay.
read the note he left.
The what?
The note he left you. You were busy trying to get out of this shit because the sleeping poison.
Right. Shit. Okay, well then I need to read that note then. All right. I'm as soon as you say that, Nate, I'm gonna be like, moment, something slipped my mind, and I'm going to bolt, dash cutting action, dash down the stairs into the lab. I'm good, Kurgus.
He moves out of the way and lets you in. And then Cargos goes to the library to start reading books again.
The library. That's
Damn it.
that's the
Did I say it again?
You
that's
did.
the elves'
Oh.
favorite type of berry.
Right? The library.
The
I'm done.
library.
I quit. He
even
went to go
better
read
than
books in the book
gooseberry.
room.
In the book room.
In the book room. All right.
What does the note say? What does
The note says, I figured out the answer. You need Strahd's blood. The problem is he hasn't been reborn yet in Barovia. Strahd can't truly die from what my research has pulled up. Even if he's killed, he still comes back. But the dark powers haven't brought him back yet. So there's only one place I know he's still alive. I know you're not going to like it, but it's the dark world.
Mirror Barovia.
Also, I left you the Shadow Dragon control rod. It's under the floorboards in the lab.
Probably should have read that note. Probably should have read that note earlier. I'm gonna fold that note up and put it in my pocket. We just won't say that to anybody. I'm also gonna take
Kabir licks the tip of his finger and just smudges out the ink on that part of the letter.
I'm gonna take the Shadow Dragon control rod and I'm going to go ahead and slip it into my coat. Good to know. All right. Note to self. Read note to self. All right. I'm going to head back upstairs and be like, change plans. Actually, Rachel, you were in the room when you were in the lab when I dashed in and read a note and then folded it up, put it in my pocket, and then walked over to the floorboards, took out the dragon control rod and put it up my sleeve, and then put the floorboards back down. Change
Everything
plans.
okay.
Any word from the crew?
David.
You said you were going to do sendings and some scries. What are we doing first?
Let's see. Let's do a scry on the vengeance first.
All right.
So instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before. I have seen the Vengeance before as the target of the spell. When you do, the sensor appears at that location and doesn't move. The sensor is invisible, so it can only be seen by creatures that can see invisible objects. If they can see invisible objects, it appears as a luminous orb about the size of your fist.
Ready?
Yes.
So, since the ship can't save against the scry, the orb appears. You're over a foggy sky. You see the Vengeance sitting there, anchored in the middle of the ocean. You see a number of the crew sitting on the side of the ship with fishing poles. Sails are down, cleaning the cannons, a few of them, one swabbing the deck.
They're fishing for a new captain.
Noddy, the quartermaster's screaming at the one swabbing the deck, saying he's not doing it good enough, which is Coxswain, Bridger.
Adrie does not know any of their names.
Okay. After I said the name, I regretted it because I didn't know if I was going to pronounce that right.
Is it Coxswain or is it
It's Coxswain.
Coxswain?
No, it's Coxswain.
Party on,
Oh,
Oh,
Coxswain.
Coxswain. My bad.
Bosun and Coxswain, even though they're
Okay.
not spelled anything like that.
All right, no worries. I appreciate that. And then, no, I mean, he's just screaming at him. You can't really tell where in the ocean they are. You're assuming Darkon still. I mean, it's the same gray sky, it's the same gray area, but they're definitely off land a ways.
Okay.
If you turn it, you can see land to the south, which means they're probably over northern Darkon, which would mean heading towards Nuviture from Materia Bay.
Is it nighttime? I'm sorry. I'm literally talking to Adrie while she's crying.
Adrie's looking into this pool of water, describing everything that she sees. Is it nighttime?
It's the same time as day as you guys are, so
Okay.
evening.
What direction is the mist blowing across the water?
Would I know that, David?
You can see the waves being pushed east.
Okay. East.
The land mass, can you make out any trees or vegetation?
I was gonna ask that. Is there any like mountain ranges? Is it hilly? Is there like a beach or a town or anything there?
Let
Also
me
the
pull up
shape
my
of
map
the
of
coastline.
Darkon.
At some point, I just expect Adrie just to turn over her shoulder and go, "Would you like to look in the bowl?"
I'm using the tools that I have and the tools that she has.
I know. I'm just giving you shit.
Hey, motherfucker wanted to find a cabin randomly in the middle of fucking all of Darkon, and you had just what information Rachel was able to relay to me, and we found it.
We
So
found it. I know.
via wallpaper and fucking shadow of tree on the ground.
Okay. Almost got the map of Darkon. Hold on.
I got it within like a 15-mile radius. Take that, Tom, you son of a bitch.
You definitely see a foresty in the distance across the beach. Not really like a beach at all.
Temperate or jungle?
Temperate or jungle?
Temperate. You see definitely not a jungle. More not redwoody, but not more like pine. More
Pine. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Definitely not the jagged coast. So they're definitely not near Materia Bay.
Okay.
And with it being to the south, they would have, if they're still in Darkon, they would be on the north side.
How high above the water level is the edge of the land? Does it like come down into a hard cliff into the water, or is it like kind of soften out into mossy peat, into sand, into
Soften out.
Okay.
There's no cliffs.
You said
position?
that
he said it wasn't nighttime,
right.
so that means there's the positional of the sun
Yeah.
from the location.
All right, give me a sec.
Help orient us.
Well, if I
Okay.
know the land is to the south, then I would know where the sun is at.
It is.
Well, he didn't say it was to the south. He just said it was. He
I said the
looked up
land is to the south.
Yeah, I
Oh,
said it
okay.
was to the south.
So you guys would be on the north side of Darkon. Or
Right.
they would be on the north side of Darkon.
Hmm.
if they were facing north, right?
Hmm.
Based on, I'm assuming that based on the position of the sun, we were able to
Yeah,
determine all that.
They would be east of you. Northeast of you.
northeast. Okay.
So you guys would be southwest
You said that
of
their
them.
sails were down. Does it look like they
Yes.
purposely brought them down just to like anchor and kind
Mhm.
of okay? It doesn't look like they're like they got attacked and their sails got ruined
No.
and they're okay.
No. They seem to be drinking and frolicking and cleaning the ship.
They are wasting time because the boss isn't there.
Or we're finally just cleaning all the Draga's bullshit off the ship after they got clear out of Martira Bay.
Okay.
That ship had some issues on it, or not issues, but had some messes in it before they left Martira Bay.
Looking around, do I see like any other ships anywhere on the horizon, even if it's just like fishing vessels or something like that?
That's a good question.
Because if there's fishing vessels, then there's probably at least a settlement within like a day or two, most likely.
Yeah, you see two of them in the distance.
Okay. They're small.
Mm-hmm. Between the shore and the Vengeance.
Are they close to each other?
The fishing vessels are, yes.
Okay.
Not to the Vengeance, though. They're closer to the shoreline.
Can I make out like a sort of silhouette of the vessels just to get an idea of like to determine either what these vessels are for or if there's like some sort of cultural design to them?
Mm,
That's a good question.
you can, yeah. Put me on the spot there.
Sorry, I've been reading a lot
No,
of
you're good.
stuff
You're
about
good.
like maritime disasters, so I'm learning a lot about boats.
Tell me about their
Um,
jib.
Chip this. Single masts, smaller vessels, easily less than a 5-man crew on each. Definitely not a vessel you would be spending overnight or hitting a storm in.
Okay.
Any iconography on the mast?
No.
Okay.
Are they all different types of masts, or are they all made from the same materials?
At that distance, you can't tell.
Same color?
You talking about the wood?
I'm talking about the actual sails.
Oh, the sails, patched together. You
Okay.
can, yeah, they're.
So fishing village, more likely
Mhm.
than Navy
Probably.
or anything.
Yeah. Probably nearby.
Okay.
Although I guess Rain's crew didn't want to trade with them and just want to fish on their own.
That's easy enough to fish.
Yeah, it's easy enough to fish. Plus, we trade.
The Vengeance isn't a
Just
ship you
saying.
just pull into a small fishing town with.
True.
Not only
That-
that,
that-
but yeah, that ship's probably a little bit well known on the
Yeah.
open waters.
It-
So yeah, you don't just
Does it look like these fishing boats are trying to get away from the Vengeance?
They're not like racing away or anything. It's just
They are
they're
making
definitely not
space.
Just
near
sort of moseying on
they're
in the
giving it a
opposite direction.
wide berth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you run, they'll chase you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, everyone knows that pirate ships basically, are activated by
They-
their sight,
by
you
s-
know?
by
Yeah,
movement.
by
Like a
movement.
Yeah,
T-Rex.
they wait for that. They wait for that prey move and then.
Yep.
phew.
And
Well,
then
if you
they-
run away from a pirate, there's probably a reason.
Yeah.
It makes
Yep.
good sense.
I'm actually the audiobook that I'm editing for my work right now is an audiobook about the history of pirates. So as I've been editing this, I've been learning about pirates.
Nice.
I think I could probably make a rough estimate of where this landmass is based on the information. I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that before she ends the the channel.
Okay.
Given the information and sort of maps and understanding of the region, is there a way that I could discern based on sun position? Actually, if you could tell me how from the people that are standing on the deck, like pushing the mop, can you tell me how long their shadow is? Like, is it the same size as them? Is it twice their length? Is it half their length?
Would I be able to tell that, David?
Look at a shadow,
Well,
right?
yeah, you can. Yeah, no, I'm trying to see if I'm smart enough to do this right. Um,
Well, just take that into account. Just know that I had made that measurement before we ended
no,
the
yeah.
observation. I'm going to walk up onto the deck of the ship. I'm going to stand and I'm going to look at my shadow and I'm going to judge the
Their shadow's
direction
longer.
longer, which means they are further. Should be too much longer, right?
No, not much longer.
Okay.
But with it being evening and the sun setting in the west,
Their
them being to
sun's
the east of
lower,
you.
longer shadow, right?
Hmm.
All right, so they're closer to that direction than we can justify by the difference and the size of landmass and the difference between, you know, we can do a quick estimate. Kavir is way smarter than me, by the way. I'm not going to do any math on this podcast. I'm going to say that he can kind of pin that within probably a strip, right? Then if
Okay.
we use that strip on the map and we can justify the edge of the landmass, right? Any of
Hmm.
those bits of landmass that strip would pass through have the same type of forest, the same type of kind of recede into the water, the same angular direction of the waves towards the direction, and have traditionally misty water at this time of day. Also, looking for anything that might be near a fishing village or any type of village or outpost that maybe isn't well funded, maybe workaday fishermen, workaday ships crews that would have smaller ships and not of any particular organization or branding.
Probably like along the coastline somewhere
Right.
that maybe isn't like it's not like a
Which we
bay that would hold a bunch of big ships, so it wouldn't ever
right,
develop into like a big city.
right. So we're looking for a small town in a particular ribbon across the map that has water traveling generally in one type of direction based on tides and wind and current and stuff like that. And then also given the direction of the bucket shadows and the type of landmass and the curvature of the landmass that she saw off on the distance. That should be able to pinpoint us to a few different locations, right? Maybe one or two.
Hmm.
So any of them near a fishing village?
Yes. Well, it would put you northeast of Fog Hut, probably 20 miles.
They're not far from where we're at.
No, you guys are down in the Mass near Castle Avernus.
Okay. How
You
long would it
guys are
take for
more
us to get to them?
few days,
Okay.
not long.
And we know their names, so Rachel can just message them.
Hmm.
I'm going to call up to the captain. Can you come down here for a moment?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Brendan, you've got the con. I'll be downstairs.
We've pinpointed your crew.
That's good. What are they up to?
They're fishing.
Okay. I mean, there's worse things they could be doing, I suppose.
It's true. I would like to ask them to pick something up for me. Adrie, do you think you could send 2 messages?
Yeah.
One would be a message from the captain here to his crew. If you wouldn't mind sending them on a task, I could make sure that they're paid for their work.
Sure.
Um,
What did you have in mind for them to pick up, and from where?
I need 200 cold iron bars faceted to be about 8 feet in height and to have a flat rotated metal disc for top and bottom that fit these dimensions. And I know the person who could have those picked up or crafted for me.
Okay.
and I just need to have them get sent a message.
All right.
Would they
Send
be
it
able to do that?
Yeah. If it comes from me, they'll do whatever I tell them to do.
Well, let's contact the first guy first. And D-Walk, good luck remembering this accent. Adrie,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
you remember our good friend Bluggard Binbottom?
Yeah.
Oh, laddie, I gotcha.
If there's any way we could contact Bluggard and put an order in, I'm sure he'd be happy to hear from us. And since we're headed that way anyway, we can
Oh,
meet up with the crew.
shit.
This is all coming together.
Okay.
Where is Bluggard?
Bluggard should still be in that area in Barovia. That's where he was setting up his shops in the
Oh,
Oh, he might have a
that
franchise at this point.
that is a long. That's I don't know if his ship can get to Barovia. I think Barovia is landlocked.
well, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, we'll have him prep the order and then we can pick it up and take it to the ship and they can or whatever we have to do.
Okay.
We're gonna be a little ways out. I'm sure they could send some people out with that material to pick it up and then move it back to the boat, right? They're pirates. They're not.
No, yeah. I'm just.
So,
I need to
looking,
look up the. Go for it.
yeah, looking at the map of Barovia, it is landlocked, although there are rivers that go like off map. Specifically, I think the Luna River looks like it's the biggest river. So,
Oh, he made a weird face.
depending on how the traveling through the mists works, maybe they could come in through there, but that would be entirely up to David.
Well, if they're incapable,
Um,
if the crew's incapable of getting here, we give them another task and we'll just pick up the materials we need when we get there.
Well, no, I mean they can. Give me a second.
Yeah.
That is a old shitty
I just
fucking
figured
third
that
map.
they had sailed
Mhm.
from Barovia to deliver Adrie and Ludo.
No, Adrian Ludo got picked up in Darkon by a ranged ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where they got dropped.
The mist took Adrian Ludo to Darkon. And then
Okay, now they can
right.
get they can get into Barovia from rivers. They would have to take the Evelis River, catch in, and then take the Volnus River into Barovia and come out near Mount Geki towards the upper lake.
How complicated, given our understanding of the region, would that be as a sail?
You guys would get there faster because they would have to go down all the way west. I'm sorry, all the way east, and then shoot down the coast all the way and cut in. So
Okay, so let's just put the order in with Bluggard first, and then
No.
we can give a different order
yeah,
to the crew for
Sure.
what they should be doing, because otherwise it's just putting them there for no reason.
Right.
I thought if they were able to get there much faster, they could pick up the order, and that would give them something to do that would keep them out of harm's way.
Yeah. Trying to think what else.
you can
we
see if
could-
Blugger has a contact in New Richer Springs that could build it.
Oh, that's actually
Wait,
not. Either way,
um,
we should talk to Bluggard either way.
I think New Richer got nuked. Hold on. I think Midnight only nuked the cult. He didn't nuke the town.
yeah.
So the town is still there. Yes.
Okay.
Blugger might have a contact in New Richer Springs.
The problem is his contact was a cult member and he's dead. So.
Oh no.
Well, let's
no.
contact Bluggard either way.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good
Okay.
to hear from him.
right.
Adrie,
Yes.
I'm gonna set a sheet of kind of parchment with the rough kind of things that I need.
Okay.
200 1-inch thick cold iron bars with 4 rivet holes on each and a flat pad to bolt it to a flat metal surface. And then I need 2 2-inch thick cold iron steel, or cold iron fucking plates in this shape, like a half circle with these dimensions. I have it all written down.
Okay.
You give these exact measurements to Bluggard. He should easily be able to get these ordered. I have all the measurements and everything written down. And just ask him how much he thinks it would cost for those.
Mhm.
Or, and hear me out,
Mhm.
offer him a favor from the professional.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
Um,
like it sounds like a stupid thing, but a favor from the professional means a crew of top tier high level adventurers come and solve your fucking problem for you.
all right.
Oh, and I'm like, hold on, before you send the message out, I'm gonna do a real quick sketch. It's like incredibly quick. Like a double locked cage bar
Mhm.
that have 2 keys. And actually, you know what? Let's do three locks, each of them with an independent cold iron key that each of us will have. So we will only be able to open it if we all agree that we should be able to open it. Fair?
Okay. Yes.
Sounds fair.
All right. There it is. That's the
Okay.
order.
Okay. All right. Then I will picture Bluggard the dwarf in my mind, and I will cast Sending. He is a creature with which I am familiar. He will be able to hear my message in his mind. He will recognize me as the sender if he knows me. He does know me. And he can answer in a like manner immediately. You can send this message across any distance and even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Okay.
So, Adrie, we'll try to keep this brief because there is like a character limit.
25. Yeah, 25 word limit or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
How is a first level spell?
No, it is not a first level spell. It is a third level spell.
How many third level spells do you have?
I have 3 third level spells.
Oof.
I can I assume I can cast at a higher level. It doesn't do anything if I cast at a higher level, but
But you can still use those spell slots.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna rest on our 2-week journey, so use as many as you need.
Okay.
Just don't use the 7th level spell because we would like to get started on that as soon as possible.
Well, I also want to make sure I save a spell slot so I can contact Victor
Right. Okay.
Okay.
And the crew.
and the crew. Yes.
Oh, actually, you know what? We could just send a fucking bird to them. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? Or we could do it tomorrow. They're not going anywhere. They're just fishing.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they're
They are
just- yeah.
fishing. Okay. All right. I am going to contact Bluggard. Say, Bluggard,
It's a-
it's Adrie. The professional needs this order. I will list it and then I'll say cost or a favor from the professional.
Holy crap, Krill, you're alive. The kid was right. Oh crap. Everyone doubted him, but no, he was right.
This is going to be the full 25 words.
You might have to waste another spell slot on this one.
Yeah, if it hits 25, then I will cast another Sending.
Ah,
She'll like look up for something. She'll be like, he thought I was dead. Hold on, I have to cast this again. She'll be like, I'm back. Can you fill this order? And if so, where could we pick it up? And how soon?
And what's the price?
And price or favor from the professional.
I can do it. That's not. Oh, I can do it. Where are you?
Darkon.
Oh shit.
He said, oh crap.
I bet it would.
I have a lad. In New Fisher Springs named Embrick. I tell him to do it, he'll do it.
How long?
How long would it take?
Wasting words. Burning words over there. How long would it take, my dearest pal, oh pal?
He's doing math. Amber, a week?
A week. Also, out of
And
character.
favor.
And favor. Out of character, wasn't Embrick the fire genasi from Dragon Heist?
The minute you guys started asking questions, I started Googling it.
Okay.
Yes, it is the weaponsmith from Dragon Heist.
Excellent.
Rain's buddy.
That's right.
Yeah, I can see Nate enthusiastically smiling like, fuck this guy again.
At least it's not the detectives.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Dickwad L fucking douchebaggio.
Is he talking about the sergeant or is he talking about the trench coat?
I think he's talking about
Oh.
Vincent Trench.
Oh,
Trench was the
Trench.
detective.
Yeah.
And then Blastwind was the
Fartwind,
detective.
Fartwind.
I did that
The
just
cop-
to trigger
yeah.
D.
Last one.
Shitty,
I
shitty poo poo.
Barnabas Blastwind.
Barnabas. Fuck bottom.
I literally did that just to trigger D, so I knew what he's gonna do.
Booty shit butter. Booty shit butter. Barnabas shit butter, man.
Oh, I should bring back Vincent Trench.
Barnabas shitty butt man. Shitty butt man.
All right. So I will look over at Kavir and I'll say, Embrick in New Witcher Springs, 1 week. Bluggard wants the favor.
All right. I'm gonna go mark it down in my little pocket journal.
All right. Thank you, Bluggard.
Hi,
Where are you?
drinking a Valiki with Lucian.
Oh,
Nice.
so Lucian, I said hi.
See you soon.
Wait, what?
Tell him we'll see you soon.
The professional says we'll see you soon.
Oh shit! He's coming back. The little pint is coming back. Last time I saw Kavir, he was the size of a kid.
That's right. He's wearing Victor's old choir boy robes.
Wow.
Hey, fuck you guys.
Promise?
Promise. What? What? D-Walk's talking about fisting. He's begging me to be promising. Wants to promise to him. I'm like, oh, come on.
All right.
Uh,
I'm gonna mark off a couple sendings for that since that was a bit of a conversation.
my bad.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure I'm
In all
properly
fairness,
tracking these spells.
a person who messaged you from beyond the grave.
Yeah. After 10 years,
I also
they
like
how-
disappeared.
Lucian's out here fucking day drinking. Father Lucian ain't got shit to do now that people ain't dying every couple of minutes. He's just like,
Right? His town's flourishing. They're not being attacked no more.
best that the clergy get shitty then.
Getting drunk on sacramental wine.
Mhm.
20 hillberries. Sounds like the Giants offense. It's like, oh, okay.
Bloody Mary.
Oh,
Bloody Mary, full of vodka.
Okay.
Hallowed be that.
All right. Do I need to send a message to your crew, Rain?
Well, since we don't have a specific task for them, just I will send them a message to the effect of just checking in.
Well, I think I have to send it.
Well, I know, but
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what to tell them.
Okay.
Captain's gonna teach stuff.
headed for Barovia.
We're going to Neverchar Springs first.
First. Okay. Okay, so if that's the case, that's right. We're going there first.
They can meet us there, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Meet in Neverchar Springs for inspection.
In a week?
Yeah.
Actually, say in 6 days. They can get there in 6 days, right?
I think so.
That'll give us a day to do the inspection and meet the crew.
Yeah.
Before we go pick up our thing and leave.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, meet in Neverchar Springs in 6 days for full inspection and further orders.
And pizza party.
Yes. And pizza party.
If you pass the inspection.
If you pass the inspection,
then you get a pizza party.
Will there be any wage increases? Nay. But you will get a personal pan pepperoni.
And your own personal dipping sauce.
Yeah.
Everybody is going to get a branded water bottle.
Nice. Yeah.
No bonuses, though. Just
Thanks.
Branded
Thanks,
water bottles.
redbubble.com.
All right. Adrie's going to describe well, I guess she would know some of Rain's crew from when she originally got there.
Yeah.
So she will pick one that she saw when she scryed because she wants to message someone who is still alive after 10 years. And she'll just say, message from Captain Rain, checking in, meet in Neverchar Springs for inspection in 6 days and further orders.
Sounds good to me.
Or else.
Or don't put or else.
Carrot and stick. Carrot stick.
Oh boy. 6 days. Aye.
He said aye.
Okay. It's not normally that formal, but okay.
Most pirates only say I.
Aye.
Because they only have one.
But most pirates say "arr," but you know,
because of the patch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyway, you're welcome, internet.
Right. Okay.
Up to it. Well, I have a peg leg, so yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's pretty much
I'm
standard issue.
Right. Now I will cast sending to Victor.
The message back is sorry.
I want to message the Victor from Barovia, not Victor from a mirror Barovia. So I'm going to try to picture that Victor in my mind, whom I saw most recently when I was still Cass.
Give him a nickname, One-Armed Victor.
One-Armed
Victor from our timeline.
Yes, the one-armed Victor.
We have a lot of modifiers as to Victor. One-armed, current era Victor from this side of the mirror, who is also in Darkon.
And it is not a lich.
It is not a lich. Yeah.
I feel like y'all are doing a wish spell.
When Rachel showed me some of her 7th level spells earlier, I was just thinking like, oh my god, can you imagine? It was like you could plane shift, and I'm like, there's a lot of stuff going on here, because we're not just in a normal realm, we're in Ravenloft, and then from in Ravenloft we're in the dark realm in Darkon, right? From within Darkon there's a mirror that'll take us to a mirror Darkon. Inside of Ravenloft, inside of the regular system of worlds. Then you could also plane shift to the Hells.
The dark mirrorverse of Avernus.
The second level of the dark mirror world version of Ravenloft within the standard Faerun construct. It's like, fucking hell, man.
Y'all, a tangled web you have.
Yes.
It's just a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of places where things are happening the same way, except not the same way.
Yeah.
Not everything's opposite too. Because I was thinking about how nice the hells would be if they were opposite, like if all the mirrors were just opposites. They're not
Oh, yeah.
opposites.
No.
But it would be nice to find one where you could just go to the hells and it's like a fucking party and like a meadow.
Like a day spa.
Yeah. Like we really revamped the hells. They used to be so shitty. People never wanted to come here. But now, you know, it's so pleasant. Everybody just sells their soul to get on down here. We take one soul coin, you're right in.
We have a
And then we got a whole the first layer is just ice cream party all the time. Right? Just different flavors.
Mhm.
And then you just travel the rocky road down to the second layer. And that's where the serpent fell through, right? Now normally pretty grim area, right?
Right.
Pretty grim. It's like,
Puppies.
but now it's a zoo. The petting zoo.
All right. I'm going to cast Sending to contact one-armed, living, regular Barovia Victor.
Non-mirror.
Non-mirror Victor.
7331937. Yes.
Hey, what's his extension? Do you have his extension?
And I'm going to say, Victor, it's Adrie. How are you doing? Is everyone okay? We haven't heard from any of you.
Insert more money for collect call.
Boop, boop, boop.
Goddamn
The number
MCI
cannot be
5-cent
complete-
Sundays.
I use all my anytime minutes. God damn it.
Man, that's the last time I used 10 10 3 2 1.
Oh, 10 10 220. 10 10 220. You can make a 20-minute phone call for under
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bob, we had a
Um,
baby eats a boy. Do you remember
Yes, 100 collect.
that?
Oh, you don't get anything back. The
Different
spell
plan?
actually fizzles. It can't find a target.
Cool.
Okay.
So you don't lose the spell slot. It couldn't find a target to connect to.
All right. I will
Try to-
tell.
Try again.
I could try to scry.
Rachel scries and goes blind. Her eyes turn white. Like that guy from Supernatural, or that lady from Supernatural that tried to. Do you remember that?
Yes. When they
She
tried to
tried-
scry the angel and burned her eyes out
Yeah, that shit was
Oh.
after
so
Dean
cool.
came back. Yeah,
That was so cool. She
Yeah,
was like,
she's
"I
like-
need to find Castiel."
Like-
And so she like searches out for him, and her eyes burn out of her sockets right there at the table. I was like,
Mhm.
"Holy shit!"
Okay.
I love that.
right. She was told not to keep looking.
Yeah.
All right.
Would help.
Okay. So the spell didn't go through. I could try to either message Nick or Relena, or I could try to scry on any of them.
Try Relena, and then if not, then scry.
Okay. Then I will cast Sending to Relena. I have met her as Cass.
hmm
Okay. That is the only Relena I know, so that is the one I will cast Sending. And I'll say, hi, it's Adrie. We're just wondering if you guys are okay and what you're doing and where you're at and if we'll see you soon. And if you need help.
Same thing. The spell fizzles. It can't find a target.
Scry.
Okay.
Scry on Relena, because that way there's no confusion about who we're scrying.
Okay. I will
'Cause
cast.
The one on our side's not around anymore.
Okay. Then I will cast Scrying on Relena. She does get a save for this. So I have met her, so there's no. Well, okay. So either firsthand you have met the target, or familiar, you know the target well. I guess I don't know her well. Would you say, David?
Well, use Victor then, if it's a better roll.
Okay.
I'm just worried we're gonna get the wrong Victor. and we're gonna be like scrying some kid eating Cheerios
Well-
at his table before he goes to magic school.
Well, we know that our Victor has one arm,
Yeah.
so okay. All right. So I am familiar with Victor, so that's a -5 to his roll when he rolls a save. Do we have anything of his? It would help me if we had
Room
like
on the deck. He has a room on the ship.
okay.
Yeah, we could. I mean, we have a lot of his shit. So
Yeah.
All right. Let me get like a hairbrush or something of Victor's.
hairbrush.
Like
I-
Victor
The
brushes
save
his hair.
the
Come
save
on.
modifier. It's better.
a-
It's a better roll if I can have like a lock of hair or something like
I
that.
live in modern times. Do you
Uh-huh.
know the last time I brushed or combed my hair? Go ahead. Seriously,
I don't know. This
it's
month.
been a decade. Easily a decade. I'm not kidding. I get in the shower, I run my fingers through it, and I shake that shit out, and I put a hat on, and when I take it off, it's all crazy, like it likes to look.
Okay.
I
Alright.
think a person in this time period is probably more of that.
Okay. Then I'll just get like one of his robes from his room.
Right.
Okay. So
Just get the sleeve sewn up.
okay. So it's gonna be a wisdom save. But he has to subtract 9 from his roll.
Okay.
I like that this is like, well, why would he save? It's like, well, he doesn't know who's scrying. So
Well, you don't know that unless you are aware that, like, unless Adrie was like, "Hey, I'm gonna try to scry you later, so be aware and let me," then he doesn't know, and it's like automatically they roll a save against it.
Right.
Looking for something. No, I have it written.
He's got some sort of rules about what you can and can't do to a person in the setup for which
mirrors.
he's got them. Oh, in the
Uh,
mirrors. Answered without answering.
The hell is this thing?
Oh, great. You just said Victor with one arm. Who knows how many mirror Victors with one arm there are.
Well, no, that's the
It-
problem is it's the
Technically
spells
an
can't
infinite number.
penetrate through the mirrors.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't go off.
that was one of the I don't know if you want to edit this part, but that was one of the discussions me and Rachel had about
Yep.
that the forbidden spell was the mirrors were outside of the plane shift block.
mhm.
Okay.
Well,
Features exist, missing arm.
Well, then we know then, right?
Okay, I have it.
okay.
Okay. As you begin to scry, you pick up something else. The orb sits there, and you see a well-dressed man sitting, one leg over the other in a chair, in a black room, silver chair, clean cut, in a reddish violet robe or tunic. Looks up and he pokes your sphere of a scry. Who are you?
Have I ever seen this person before?
And why are you looking for the necromancer? I own him now. And when I find out where he's disappeared to, he's gonna be in trouble. But it seems I'm not the only one looking for him. Adrie has not seen him before.
Okay.
What's it look like?
Reddish hair, a clean beard.
Human?
He appears human, but he's radiating evil.
Okay. I'm gonna be like Adrie is looking into this bowl of water, and that's how she sees through her scrying, but she's like verbally describing all this to to Kavir and
Who's in
Rain.
the room with Adrie?
Me and
Rain?
Rain, right?
You can
Yep.
see steam begin coming off the bowl.
Uh-oh.
She's describing this Kavir sounds extremely familiar to an encounter you had on the road.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
On the
A
road?
certain devil you came across.
Oh, okay. I'm going to grab Adrie's like behind her neck, like the armor that she's wearing, and I'm gonna pull her back away from the bowl, and I'm gonna take my hand on the side of the bowl and flip it.
All right.
Why'd you do that?
It's important that we not make contact with that entity until we're ready.
Who is that?
That's not to say his name.
He said he owns Victor's soul.
It's a devil, right? Dewok?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I had an interaction with him recently.
Huh.
Was Ludo there when I had the interaction with him? Or was Ludo...
Thrasta was.
Right. I'm gonna lean over to the tube. Thrastra,
Couple minutes. Yes.
downstairs. I'll meet you there. I'm gonna go get your mom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
She hasn't been downstairs to see the beholder yet, has she?
No. She saw him on the deck, but she has not seen him below yet.
All right, I'm going to meet her at the staircase when she's coming down.
Okay, she comes down.
All right, with me.
I assume you wanted Ludo to stay up.
Yeah,
All right.
we're gonna
She comes.
turn the corner and there's a beholder in the hallway. Gargulus, this is my guest.
Understood. He moves aside again.
With me.
She falls in.
We have a problem. How many of your memories do you retain from our time before your return?
All of them.
Do you remember a devil that we had an interaction with on the way?
The one on the road.
On the road.
Yes. The one who shifted the world around us.
That's the one. Can you tell everyone in the room what you remember? I'm gonna go walk and sit down in my seat. By the way, she's in the zone of truth.
He she looks at him like just kind of turns her head. We were approached by a devil. He's looking for your friend Victor. I'm not it seems Victor has made a devil's deal. Made a contract.
No.
The specifics of the contract are between the devil and Victor, but Victor disappeared and the devil can't find him. The devil knows something about your mirrors. Ludo has filled me in more about them.
Kind of not really a secret if everyone keeps talking about it. Just
No. No, but supposedly there's another Ludo somewhere in Barovia. Missing a hand.
I feel like that was probably the first thing Ludo said to Thrasher. He's like, if you see another me without a hand, do not kiss him. That's not me.
she's
Rest
like,
is
I'm
like,
not gonna kiss you, bruh. He's like, well, let's not.
I have it's one thing for my Ludo to be a vampire, it's another thing for another one to be a complete vampire, and I can only stand one at a time. So I may remove his head if I find him. But
Well, I mean, you probably don't have to do that.
Striking a nerve,
He's
getting
okay.
off topic.
Okay.
no, but it seems that he's searching for Victor and he can't find him. So wherever Victor's at, she looks past you guys. It seems that he can't find him there.
Well, that might be a good thing. As opposed to a danger. It might be a tactical decision.
But he does come back, as we saw in the castle. And he's not tied to a devil then. He was tied to a phylactery. So the
Yeah.
question is, him going lich, was it to keep his soul in check? Or another reason?
Hmm.
But I'm not going to utter the devil's name because we don't need to draw attention.
Smart. All right. Well, in the meantime, no more scrying him.
Okay. Do you want me to
It's
scry the
you
others?
you scried the devil?
I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to scry a devil.
How did you scry him then?
I looked into a bowl of water and I was trying to find Victor.
Okay, that explains it. He's trying to find
Redirect.
he magically redirected it.
I mean, he can't see me through the scry, right?
It's hard to tell what devils and demons and archlords can do.
I'm sure it's fine.
Versus like, we need to talk later though, you and me.
Okay.
You're actually from a long line of archdevils.
Your
I'm an
great great
archdevil.
grandpappy.
Great grandmother was an archdevil. Actually, we're all archdevils, really. Also, I wanted to talk to you a little about knitting these leaves into a interesting pattern. That's our curse. The
But
demon makes us weave.
the question is, what are you three gonna? What's the plan you guys are gonna take? I don't know the lay of the land or the store or the events well enough to make a strategic choice in this.
First things first. Since we know we're dealing with the devil, it's probably a good idea that we get this online as quick as possible. So we go to pick up our order and we go ahead and give other orders to Rain's crew. Right?
Hmm.
In the meantime, then we go check on Barovia. Since that's the lead we have, we need time to get this this structure up and installed and functioning before we have any engagement with any devils. Seems like a good move.
If the devil is intercepting any contact I'm trying to make with Victor, I could try to scry Relena or Nick.
I think if he's got Victor, they've probably got the other two, but it's worth a try. But if it gets intercepted again, we make no more further attempts.
Okay.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said the contract was specifically between the devil and Victor. We don't have any reason to believe the devil has a contract with the other two.
No, I'm certain that it's just with Victor, but if he's with them, then he might be trying to intercept any communication with any of the people that he was last seen with.
Yeah.
My sending to Relena didn't work, so maybe I try to scry Nick.
Also, we're also aware that if the spells aren't going through the mirror and he intercepted it before it went to the mirror, then no matter what you do, it's not going to work if they're all together.
Mm-hmm.
But it is worth checking, since we know one spell fizzled when I went for Relena, another one fizzled when I went for Victor, then Nick is the next option to make sure he's with them. If it fizzles again, we know they're all together at least.
Yeah. Okay.
And if he intercepts again, we'll know that he's eyeballing all three of them, not just the one he's made the pact with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will gather up my bowl and pour some more water into it. And I'm going to try to scry Nick.
Actually, it just needs to be a reflective surface, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well then use this instead of, I'll just move like a reflective plate.
Okay.
Just kind of wipe it down with a rag with the mage hand.
Okay. All right. I'll try to scry Nick.
This time, instead of being intercepted, all you see is it kind of, if you see mist as it fizzles, like it hits something and bounces back.
Okay.
It can't target him as well.
Okay.
They must be within the mirror then.
Yeah. All right. Well, once we're there, I can I can try again. We can try to find where they're at.
Maybe it's worth having the ship set in its course, and then we do a mirror test.
Mirror test?
We're not sure how these connect to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We know that one goes into the next realm, but if we're not certain which one they went through, the access that they had to a mirror was this mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can go to the other side of this mirror
Oh.
and then cast your scry. And if it doesn't work, come right back. And we can do that on the trip to Nebashar Springs or whatever.
Okay.
We have 6 days. So,
Yeah.
but we should prepare ourselves before we do that, because mirrors have a interesting way of becoming difficult,
Mm-hmm.
random, chaotic. Rain,
Yeah, huh?
you ready for your first walk through a mirror? Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail. That kind of, do you see that white gradation on the second one? On the second,
Yeah.
kind of split baguette? That's a dual cut. And then the outside with that white kind of, oh my God, it's so good, dude.
God
It's-
damn.
And the last one's the best tasting bread of all time.
Bro.
It is so fucking stupid good. Yeah.
Deeth, marry me.
Nice.
I want that bread.
Yeah, from little balls to big balls. These guys' history. The balls on this guy.
Oh.
What? I'll probably
Huh?
pop into Zoom then around 9:10, 9:15. What does that mean?
What the hell's going on?
You sent it
I
to the
don't
wrong
know.
person?
Oh, my messenger just decided to send a whole bunch of shit that didn't apparently go through. That's
Oh.
nice.
Facebook and Messenger have been really fucked up.
Yeah, I
the last
said-
couple
Messenger's
days.
been
I
messed
sent
up.
I sent the little balls, big balls thing like way early today when you first posted the pictures.
Damn.
Why did that just now go through?
And the 5-hour enema?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a comment to
Me. No? Earlier?
that was after
Eh.
Deese was talking about making all kinds of fun of Rachel about eating salt and
Okay.
liking food. I eat hand
Yep.
spaghettums.
Oh.
And she said, must have been a zesty 5-hour today. And I responded, must have been a 5-hour enema. That was at like
That was like this morning.
this morning. And now it just went through. That's nice.
Spaghettiums. I eat salt from my hand. I'm Rachel.
No.
I think we leave it all in the episode. I
I
think we
don't
leave it all in.
I don't think so.
This we could call this episode "False Start." Remember this. Oh well.